This is a day in the life of a high-achieving homemaker. I don't know if being a high-achieving homemaker is a thing, but it's recently a term that I came up with because I had a really hard time describing what I do and who I am to people. I'm an educated and driven woman who is also the mother of 3 small children and has recognized that in this season of my life, being at home is where I need to be purpose to fulfill. But that doesn't mean that I don't have other wild ambitions that I'm working on, so just saying that I'm a stay-at-home mom also doesn't quite feel right. But then I put so much pressure on myself to find ways to earn money because running my household and taking care of all the kids and making sure that everything is functioning in the eyes of society doesn't mean that I'm independent if I'm expecting my husband to pay for anything. So as you can see, it's quite a predicament to explain how you can be a homemaker, but also an independent, driven, and running the show woman. Because we tend to wear so many hats, I've found that I am a better mother, wife, and all-around human being when I wake up before my children. And this is something really hard to do. And if you have a baby that is not sleeping through the night or you're waking up, this is not for you. This is for moms who have kids who are sleeping through the night and are maybe school age. My oldest is 8 at the time of this video, and my youngest is 4. But I have found that if I just get even 20 to 30 minutes by myself to read, to write down my thoughts for the day, to my to-do list, I am just up and running, and I don't feel like I'm getting started behind the 8 ball. A few years ago, I felt very lost. I was trying to hang on to a real estate career, and my sister and I had started a business together that honestly I was in over my head. I had 3 small kids, 2 were experiencing developmental delays, we had moved. I was just really feeling lost, but trying to chase this version of success that I thought that I needed to be. And one day I did this exercise where I wrote down, what does the very best version of myself look like? And at the time, I didn't have a YouTube channel, I didn't have a TikTok, I didn't have an Instagram, I had none of these platforms. I literally wrote down that the very best version of me was raising my family in a healthy, happy home, that I was getting to do something creative, that I was making DIY videos. Again, at the time, I didn't have any of this. And that, I was looking my best, feeling my best. And honestly, I'm still a work in progress. I haven't gotten there yet, but it's crazy to me to think that I wrote down 3 or 4 years ago that the best version of myself would be healthy, happy, raising my family, getting to do this creative outlet that inspires others. And so today that's what I'm getting to do. And I'm showing you a little glimpse into how I do this stuff while raising my kids. And I go back to this little exercise that I wrote every single morning just to remind myself to stay on track, because it's very easy to get distracted and start running somebody else's race, thinking like that's working for them, I need to do that for me. And that's something that I struggle with. And I also struggle with just enjoying the journey. I think it's easy to see people online, people on the internet, people on YouTube, social media, and think to yourself, like, why am I not there yet? Or they've got it figured out. Because the honest truth is, I don't think any of us have it figured out. And most of us are just doing our best. And this is a little glimpse into my day and just trying to do my best and trying to fit in time for me and my dreams and my passions while still being there for my family and showing up as the best version of myself. And to be very honest with you, I don't wake up every single morning at 5 a.m. If I'm doing really good, I wake up that early. And you don't necessarily need to wake up at 5 a.m., but just enough time before your kids wake up. Because once they get up, it's off to the races. And, I try to do some simple things around the house every morning. I used to really hate housework, and I used to get really resentful of having to do it. And I used to think to myself, I would love to have a wife who did all these things. But now that I've got a routine and a schedule, I kind of take joy in this, and I kind of take pride. It makes me feel like I'm doing my routine, I'm getting my day started, I'm accomplishing something. I honestly hate unloading a dishwasher and loading a dishwasher, but I make sure that every single morning I clean my sink and I do my dishes, and I try to do it the night before, even if I'm tired. And this has been a game changer. I was actually introduced to this book called The Fly Lady by another creator, Rosa Picosa, Rosa at Home. She's awesome. And it's a very simple list of things to do in the morning to start your day right. And the very first thing she tells you to do after waking up and having some moments to yourself, after getting yourself dressed, is to clean your sink, load your dishes. It sounds silly, but honestly, starting the day with a clean sink is a game changer. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes coming home with the kids and you've had a busy day or at night and that pile of dishes is there, nothing feels like a bigger mountain to climb than that pile of dishes. And there are always dishes to be done, and sometimes we're running them more than one time a day, but just doing this simple checklist has helped me stay on top of the housework.
Okay, buddy, good job. Can you get your shoes on, please? Can you pack your book bag? What needs to be in your book bag? Put your shoes on. Pack your book bag. I got your snack right over here.
One of the reasons that we bought this house and have been renovating it is for our kids' ability to just go outside and play freely before school. It's one thing I'm so thankful for. And once my boys are off to school, I have time with my littlest one before she heads to preschool. It's so cliche, but you really do blink and it goes by. I don't know how she is headed to kindergarten next year, and it has felt very bittersweet lately. I sometimes wish I could go back and tell myself to slow down when they were super little and babies, because I can't get that time back. But then there are other days where I am just so ready for them to be at school for the full hours and I can get everything done that I want to get done. So it's just finding the balance. But lately I am really trying to soak in the season, knowing that I only have one left in preschool, and the 4 hours that she's gone, what I can fit in and what I can get done is what I can get done. And that's okay. Each day, if I just move a little bit forward and make a little bit progress on my dreams, I'm laying the foundation. So once my kids are all in school, I can run with those dreams. On this particular day, I am not doing any home renovation projects, but I am trying to get caught up on content creation. So I like to do like a week at a time of projects, and after I film everything, then I go into the editing process and try to create my social media, my YouTube, using scheduling tools so that I can help push it all out there. Again, when you get into this world of content creation, I struggle with focusing on what is the most important thing to do, because it's so easy to look at other content creators and go, I need to be doing this and I need to be doing that and they're doing this. But I really just try to get back to my main mission, is to help inspire other moms, women, caretakers out there to find a creative outlet, because having a creative outlet for me is what has helped me feel in control when my world has felt out of control. It's helped me reconnect to myself. So even though I'm doing work on the computer, it still feels creative. So I love to do my renovation projects, but I also love to just go sit at a coffee shop and do some work. My therapist recently told me, though, I don't need to fill all of my hours that my littlest one is at preschool with work, which is really hard for me, because again, I go back to being a high achiever and thinking that any minute that I have free, I have got to fill it. I've got to fill it with work and being productive. So rewiring my brain to say, you know what, Lena, it's okay to go shopping and pick up some new clothes and feel good about that. It's okay to just take a breath and enjoy your kid-free time. It's okay to use that facial gift certificate your husband gave you 6 months ago that you hadn't gotten around to. It's okay to take care of yourself, whether that's my skin or my body or my mental health, and not always be on the run, because before you know it, those 4 hours of preschool are up and I'm back at pickup. Sometimes I get depressed when I think about the amount of hours that I spend in a car line and what I could have done, but now I realize that the season is going to be over very soon, and so I'm cherishing it. Once all the afternoon pickups start, I shift into full focus mom gear.
I'll be right there. I will come once your bottom. Give me just a second.
I used to try to multitask doing work on things like videos or social media or anything like that with my kids around, and then I found that I just got really frustrated, and this was part of the reason that I left my real estate career, because I would try to be with my kids, and then the phone would be ringing and I'd be trying to talk to a client, and then I felt like I was ignoring my kids, and then they would start crying more, and then I was ignoring my client if I was dealing with my kids. So I've really tried to start blocking my schedule, and when I'm working on things, I'm working on them, and when I'm with my kids, being 100% with my kids. And I know not everyone has the privilege to step away from a career like that, and I didn't for a lot of years, but allowing myself to have this time and give myself permission to be a stay-at-home mom and cherish that and be fully focused on it helps everyone have a little less stress and anxiety, because when mom is stressed, everyone is stressed. I've been trying to take better care of myself when it comes to my food and working out and just getting back to, again, what does that best version of myself look like? I don't always have the best diet. For a long time, I did paleo, and that probably worked best for me, but I'm totally guilty of just eating the kids' snacks. And one thing that I've done to really help with dinner is outsourcing things. I think I am such a big proponent of outsourcing whatever you can as a mom, whether that's picking up your groceries. I happen to do this service called Dream Dinners. I'll link it below if you want. It takes all the guesswork out of thinking, what are we having for dinner? Because that is one of the biggest things to come up with every single night. It's just more planning. And when the kids get home, I want to be hanging out with them. I want to be outside with them. I don't want to be stressed about, what are we doing for dinner? What am I thinking of? And actually, I found that these meal prepping things save me a lot of money in the end because I'm not throwing out food. Another resource that I use big time is our gym. I have nursed at a gym. I have just showed up to a gym to take a shower. When you're a mom and you're busy and you got kids, you got to use your resources. So this afternoon, we're going to the gym, and I am, again, trying not to feel guilty about taking care of myself, because I know that in order to take care of everybody else, I have to take care of myself, whether that means just getting in some cardio, some stretching in the sauna, so that I can get closer to what that best version of myself looks like, because this is not it right now. So I'm sneaking in a little me time before we have things like swim lessons and homeworks and to-dos. And even though I pulled out that dinner to defrost, by the time we got home on this night, my sweet husband knew that we were going to be a little bit tired. So he was at home with pizza waiting for us, and I used it Dream Dinners for the next night. It's all about balance and ebb and flow. He doesn't necessarily cook, but he is excellent at picking up takeout. Evenings have calmed down a bit since the kids have gotten a little bit older and the boys are able to shower and bathe themselves, but really by the end of the day, I'm exhausted. I don't really have much left in me. If I'm going to work, it's going to be in the morning because that's when I'm most productive. So at night, I'm just trying to relax, take a shower, get the kids to bed, read them books, say the prayers, snuggle a bit, take my own shower before chilling for the rest of the night and spending a little bit of time with my husband. I've really tried to put my phone away at night because I was bad about that. I have tried to not work and just spend time and, again, give myself permission to do what I can do in those few hours that I have dedicated to being that high-achieving homemaker. But high-achieving homemaker, again, means that you are, I think you're just taking care of yourself. You're taking care of everybody else. You're trying to improve. You're trying to be your best self. You're recognizing your limitations, but you're also not putting them on yourself. You're dreaming big for your future, but you are dedicated to today and making it the best that you can do for yourself and for your family. After spending a little time just relaxing and having a cup of tea, I love this tea, the lavender stress reliever. I drink it every single night, and I drink it out of a mug from my happy place, which is Rosemary Beach, which is a beautiful beach in Florida that I was lucky enough to grow up at. And I just think little small things like this make me feel happy. And I thought the tea message today was so, just poignant, because I really hope that I'm bringing happiness to you through this video or through my other projects, and in turn will bring happiness to me in my life. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out some of my DIY and renovations.